to play for Ching and Dubstep.
Yeah, we did see BREN really struggle in this particular map, especially when they're on the attacking side. Whether it's the teams just, really good with how they set up on their defense, or just BREN lacking the, how do you say this, the entry fragging prowess to get into the site, really makes it that difficult for them. But I think having Borkum on this breach is going to be fantastic, especially on Ascent. Just kind of like something to kind of watch out on YouTube for our viewers here. If you guys know Nosy, I don't know, he's like the NA rank 1 Radiant right now. He mains a breach, or is a flash main. He really shows a lot of his strategies on Ascent, and I think at least BREN might have think along the same lines as that, and might try something with their own breach. He's really filthy because like you can flash so many points on Ascent without even flashing your opponents, but flashing your enemy, or not flashing your teammates, but flashing your enemy. Sorry,
Sure. If you can figure out a way to flash your teammates and still get the kill, then you are already a god amongst men. But BREN Esports, guys, historically, they did pretty much finalize their breach jet combo on a map like this. So here we are going to be getting into Ascent, but Archangel, absolutely no slouch. And like I said before, I really feel like BREN avoids this map not because of
they want to do it, they want to use it. It seems like there's going to be a setup onto the A side. I do like this, as the short will be first contact. Borkum's going to peek it out, but look at that, a surprise already as Motsky and Cheng started off, and that is going to be the take, taking down as well Humi. And Vash might be out of position for this one.
Oh, Jesse Bash still getting a bit of a shot, but Motsky shrugs it off and even throws the leer down. Archangel off to a very hot and fast start. You can really see that they are trying to prove themselves immediately here. BREN Esports in the meantime, the curse looking to be continuing here because it's all up to Dubstep now. Pistol rounds haven't really been the best thing here for BREN in the VCT, and it really just has been them trying to stay alive. Dubstep right now, waiting around, does get scanned there. Here comes the shock dart, and Dubstep with a kill onto Johan, but with only 27 HP, it just might be his life forfeit.
So I think that was a really good tester for them. Any case though, Dubstep with a Bucky is very dangerous to try to deal with, especially at that range. Jesse Bash is going to be using his Aldrone here, using the timing on that smoke, knows that there's a couple more onto the mid side, but as he throws out these shock darts, he might get rushed in, and he immediately just backs away. Uses the recon dart, but it hit the Grail at that mid area, and he has to just, deal with it. But Borkum comes out, takes out Carl, flashes out Ching there, and they cannot get that refrag.
Yeah, and BREN doing a really good job to control this A side. They got to pick off onto Motsky, made it really easy to get rid of the Reyna, and they can actually get that gun if they would like. But mid now, ceded to Archangel.
30 seconds left.
Thinking about going over to that B site, we still do have the Sova and the Killjoy there defending that area. And what is going to be the plan here for Dispenser? Smoke's coming on now. Johan looking on around. Ching in the meantime leading a charge against his former team. And there you go, Dispenser. Gonna get dispensed there by Ching. Jesse Bash in the meantime trying to get the backstab. Gets the headshot and the kill out to Johan. And with only a few seconds to spare, Archangel able to put this spike down.
This is pretty much doable, because even though Archangel has control of the side, they have, the weaponry. Ching is down in terms of HP. This is very doable. If they can destroy the turret here, or maybe even the Paranoia, Borkum can sneak right in, and he passes the perimeter of the Paranoia, and that is going to be perfect from him. Not the perimeter of the Paranoia, but the perimeter. Man, Chin's so angry with how he plays. I think angry is not the best way to work, or maybe aggressive with his plays. They're able to just, challenge all of these peek outs by BREN. And that's like the thing about BREN that is a hit or miss for them. Granted, it's something that you have to do as a team when you're in these kind of really tight situations, is that you have to challenge angles where normally if you're like just, a ranked player or something, you won't really do that and just wait for opponents to go in. As defenders, BREN likes to push out a little bit more, and Ching is basing his play style, his positioning on that fact, and he is catching people like Jesse Vash off guard, and this is what's allowing Archangel to keep their toes a little bit more. Now Dispenser is going to be throwing out the Nano Swarm. I do very much like this because this chokes out the control of that lane, and Dubstep is here to rock the party. Carl is going to be defending on logs, but can he actually be able to survive? Looks like that's going to be a yes, with 14 seconds and a dream, and Dubstep obliterates him with a classic. At defender spawn, but Jesse Vash is a surprise right here in the back of sight. He's not going to be able to deal one in, but Dubstep, he's here. Finally gets shut down by Josh S. Ooh, Borkum activates his own ultimate, but did that stop the plant from being dropped down? No, Spike will get planted down. Humi's left to his own devices. Know that one is going to be playing here on market, but cannot stop the obliteration coming in from the bullets of his opponents. Down to 7 HP. He will be using his Shrouded Step to try to get an angle, maybe fake out his remaining 2 targets. but it's still not going to work in the end, and the shoot through the smoke is going to be enough by Ching, and a nice little play there by Archangel. Maybe a show that it's going to be a 4-5 coming into this next round.
Yeah, we'll see though. That's Dubstep trying to play in the middle, and Motzki from the chains to just getting jailed there by Dubstep immediately. Their own ideals, giving their own kind of plays, but it really goes to show that the AA core is still what matters. Dispenser though with that takedown, Ching gonna be going on down. Jazz hands though, and that will be the detain on Dispenser, and Johan will get a kill for free to make it a 3v3.
I still love how BREN was able to kind of stop that using the Aftershock as well as the Nano Swarm. Does kind of deny Archangel a free take into the site, and because of that, Jesse Vash wakes up. Now to break down what just happened.
Right beside each other, Asteroid. They should be able to hear each other there with their breaths, but Dispenser and Motzki now getting one apiece. We do have the jet though of BREN backing on the way to Garden, and interesting enough, Archangel just playing possum there, but has the advantage so far.
He has a line of coverage here, and he misses the shot. Not the easiest to actually be able to get that one up. Josh S just sets up a alarm bot and hopes to God that nobody's going to punish him, but that's a little bit too wishful thinking. Motzki able to at least pick things up with the kill onto Humi, and now Dubstep is waiting on the seams. There is Ching already, who is half, or actually very low in terms of HP, but he's trying to run away with his life so that he can get the spike planted down. They charge right out and they challenge. Motzki gets a 4K, but Jesse Vash does deny the plant.
I'd say the beautiful face of Archangel right now, but this is just, you gotta respect that kind of prowess, and there is a reason why Ching is on Duelist right now. He has left the team for a good reason. He has made sure that this role is defined here on Archangel instead, and here comes the lockdown. This is gonna be the last round. It was that shock dart gonna be connecting. It was Carl getting the kill onto Borkum, and Dispenser will fall. AA saying we also need to know how to make these lineups count. Recon dart gonna be into play, and Humi now has to back on that. He only has the Bucky, and what else can he do? The Sheriff might be all about those taps, but the Empress is there on the other side, and as BREN Esports now trying to play the flank, Dubstep, can he find one kill? Motzki though with that takedown. Here comes Dubstep, but Motzki turns around to get one more takedown. Jesse Vash still alive, but this round might be over as time ticks on away, and Archangel can tie it up at the end of the first half.
Jesse Vash is going to have to try to make something happen, maybe even make an expensive round for his opponents, get spotted out, and I just wanted to say here, Dax, somebody tag Average Jonas right now, because even here in VCT Philippines, we use his lineups to deny the lockdowns.
My god, what a play there. He just got a really good kill also on Borkum, which is such a big deal. Without the setup from the breach, it will be so difficult for Humi to actually go on in with a Bucky, so difficult for Dubstep to get more space, and even though we saw BREN get the flag, Archangel tie it up to 6, and this is a really good sign for them, because Ascent attack a bit harder, honestly, compared to the defense. Now they're feeling very confident, and just looking at the map pool, really, really good picks by Archangel so far.
That 3-2, at least with this game 1, is looking really, I would say, successful right about now. Possible, there you go. Possible.
I don't, I never disagreed with you that 3-2 can happen, even though I said 3-0. Just like, they asked me without even giving me the map pool. I was just like, okay, that's my answer. I'm gonna take a nap now.
This is why it's called predictions.
Yeah,
anyways.
the predictions. Maybe if there's something on the line in the future, I will take these more. I'd say with more research, but it really just goes to show that AA have done their own research, and it really is them showing up again and again. Johan doing an incredible job there. Humi will go down.
He's able to get a lot of wins under his belt, and honestly one of my favorite players, because I feel like even as an Omen, he's able to procure a lot of clutches for his own team. Chingdo is going to get flashed out by Borkum as he's going to get challenged, but Frenzy and a Borkum, you know what that means. It's just a recipe for disaster for you, not for Borkum. In any case, Josh S is going to be here coming out on top of heaven. Going to have to wait for a call for the moment, but they're both going to get stunned by that fault line and have to get delayed for a couple more. Now into a 4 versus 2, that's not really the best of scenarios as AA is going to be coming in, but everyone knows where they are. Everyone is going to be challenging the position, and everyone is going to net that W.
Josh in the meantime with a kill onto Dispenser. Archangel now trying to concave themselves onto the doorway itself. But as we see the Sova of Dash getting smoked out, he might need to push, but Umi holding close, getting the kill. Carl with a backstab, there we go with the drop down. Ching also on the board, leaving the Sova all alone, and Bash with another tap, but Carl with a better fire rate.
I don't know if that was it.
No, I don't know if I'm watching B-movie or anything, but we are watching.
It's a weird movie.
It's great. Now we'll be watching dubstep dash on in, and here we go. We're going for the kill, and Motzki gonna fall to the hand of the Jet, just going head first. But while that was happening, seems like BREN Esports losing their omen along the way. And Carl right now trying to find the angle by the lane, and the Blade Storm in hand for Ching yet again. You can know him as Ching the God, you can know him as Ching the Great, but we'll see right now if Ching can make the play, and dubs the first fall, but Borkum holds strong, and it is time for him to defend time and time again, leaving Carl all alone for AA. Borkum will just make sure that these guys are
everything, and it looks like time is on the side of Archangel here. They're down by 2, but I mean, they're able to just get these kills where Ching is just that damn aggressive. Now, there's gonna be a try here. Okay, okay, I thought that shock dart was about to destroy the ultimate, but I think it was just one off. In any case, Archangel is just going to deny them everything because Ching was not stopped by the lockdown as he was playing at the back of site. They smoked way too late.
So sublime so far in the last 2 rounds. They've really narrowed down. Oh, BREN Esports and Carl just making everything stop with the Odin, popping it up. Moki also on the board, but Dispenser with the lineup gasses out Ching to make it 3v3. BREN right now trying to force out the opposition, and the power of the Aftershock comes into play as Motzki goes down, and BREN actually has the advantage after everything is said and done, and Johan even caught there.
Josh S, he's gonna at least have his due diligence to try to peek out that B long, or B main rather, and he is, oh no, they gotta go in and try to stop this. They're gonna peek out, and Josh S is like, come at me, one after the other, the double headshot, OMG! Borkum comes out, but jumps, no. Josh S, knife him.
Okay.
Come on,
okay,
Josh.
he might not have enough time if he went for the knife. Like, Borkum threw it away from him.
Does he have one to flush out the back of double here? Ching's not gonna get spotted out, and look at these dashes, or sorry, these clouds just to kind of stop the vision. Ching is still here onto the side, but Dubstep is trying to clear everything underneath. On Hell, spots it out. Ching, too good of a shot, and Spike has been dropped. Josh asks, okay, but Ching, the beast, has woken.
This is just going to be some godly play again from Ching. Borkum, though, taking that spike, and this might be him getting stabbed. No, Ching, just the flick to get that turnabout play. I love the map draft. Like I said, if I was going to be looking into more of my head predictions rather than like with more research, this map draft has really gone in favor of Archangel for the first part, as Dispenser does get that kill, but Motzki with the refrag there to make it a 4v4. This has been really smart play from Archangel, but you can never count out BREN no matter what. This is a team that can come back from a 210, 212 kind of scoreline and force overtime and make it happen again. But Johan now gonna fall to the hand of Umi, but Archangel doing a really good job at getting refrag after refrag. Hunter's Fury though, you cannot touch Jesse Bash on the other side of the map. And now with BREN Esports having the advantage, can Jesse Bash get one more tag? No, he can't, as AA dodges that one.
Can Bash this. Anyways, it is going to be BREN who gets control of the A side. Nice little peekaboo there by Dubstep, but Carl knew what was up. Gonna be using Sova Drone as allowing Medeski to come in here to the A Heaven side. It's gonna be a 2 versus 2. Now the one up for BREN is that they do have Borkum with his ultimate, but he needs to be at a farther away distance to make it work out. And Motzki is already here, and he is just going right at it. Borkum is gonna be holding off in his own. He hears the drop down. He's gonna be using his flash, the 180 as well, but it's not gonna work out. And we go to game 2 with, well, Motzki getting that clutch. Archangel, well, let's just call it already. If BREN is, you know, they got that hashtag BREN lang malakas. Archangel hashtag lipad Archangel.
And they are flying high here. And Asarai, do me a favor while we are going to be watching AA take that first win. Say his name again 3 times.
Motzki.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. He's gonna get mad if he hears
he
this.
does. Like I'm
so sorry.
We're one of the biggest proponents to say it's Motzki because he's like a robot thing, right? I don't even know what he is. But now we know what's gonna be going on here for BREN. They're trying to play onto C side. Johan though on the inside, the power of the frenzy in full force again. But Borkum says, hey, I have the same gun, and he will get that takedown. Curveball right now to try an entry through the garage, breaks the camera there. Humi in the meantime setting up on C side if ever. He has the spike in hand. He can planted whenever. Dubstep though, trying to help out Borkum right now. And as BREN Esports tries to dash on into C site, Mozi's trying to go for the flank, but Carl knows his lineups too well as well. And Humi now will fall to give Archangel the man advantage.
There's going to be a big flank coming in from Motzki as quickly as he can. But as I say that, he gets taken down quite quickly as well. There's going to be the Sova Dart or Sova Recon activated there. Borkum does flash and everybody else scatters like bugs to light. In any case, Borkum is going to be challenging here on default, but Josh S denies the one. He's trying to go in already, and Ching has started the defuse. This is going to leave only Borkum to try to defend in the middle of the site, but he still makes it work out. 11 bullets into the chamber, but it's not going to work out, not going to matter at all. And with that half defuse, I think he's going to have enough time to get it. 3 seconds is plenty. You might not have the most optimal of utilities and whatnot, but if you can rush right in, it's going to be very, very powerful. God Arrow will be used by Sova there just to make sure that he can get a bit of control, a bit of information onto the site. Dubstep has already secured the C link, and that will allow BREN to get the C site. Get the spike planted down as well. And we're back to the 3 versus 3, but Archangel going to play catch up here as they try to go for that retake. Ching and teammate will be coming outside right now, smartly using this Sova drone just to get that information. They're going to spot out the Spencer first, but everybody else is going to be situated on the C-Long.
C-Long going to be the way to go. Archangel not trying to hold, but Motzki will go down. And BREN Esports now hunting down the Jet and the Sova. Ching going to get caught out there. BREN get the cleanup. And like we said,
they do have still their spike in hand, so they have some opportunity to rotate back. But with this 3 versus 2 scenario, I think what BREN wants to do for the moment is to get the kills first. Carl will be able to spot out the one that is Dubstep. They know that he hasn't taken any damage. They want to be careful in these charges, but Carl wants to be able to at least fight Dubstep here in mid. Not going to have someone to push out for him. 40 seconds into the clock, and BREN still has time to choose.
And they have choices abound. And if they find the right choice at the right time, then they might be able to get the angle against Archangel. AA, though, in the meantime, will have to defend everything they can and more. And B-side now going to get reinforced by the Cypher alongside the Sova. Shots do come. Dubstep decides to just go for it. Had an idea that Carl was there. And BREN Esports is just really them knowing what to do at the right place at the right time. Josh is right now waiting on the side. BREN, though, hiding close, trying to push onto the links. And as Josh does go for the mid engagement, here comes BREN right now, looking for the double up, looking for the crossfire. And Dubstep stepping on all of them one by one. And trying to find a target. Lockdown, though, going to be into play here from BREN as well, expanding their ultimates coming into this round, respecting that AA has the guns that they need. But as Dubstep now gets the shot onto Josh S. There we have Johan trying to play the flank, but it doesn't work. Motzki, though, with the kill, using the dismiss to stay alive inside the Dome of Doom. And Motzki now popping the Empress and really popping some heads one by one. He has 2 so far here as the right dispenser trying to zone out the heaven angle there. And the question is, when will they see the Reina? It's Ching instead getting the takedown. Motzki now trying to play the leader, but Jesse Bash cannot get the shot in time. And Motzki now disengaging. It's another clutch factor coming our way. Can Motzki do it, or will it be Dubstep yet again? BREN Esports right now trying to find the angle with that Blade Storm. Spike also available, and this might be a one-shot, one kill for Dubstep.
The one-shot wonder. Dubstep does it again.
In the shooter scene in the Philippines time and time again, and Ching gonna go down again. BREN Esports, if their plan is to break the confidence of Ching, this is the best thing
to Archangel. Guess what? It's either B or A, but more so than not, it's going to be the lockdown. You gotta be running away from this big ult.
Yeah, Dome gonna be scary, and there you go, just hugging a big chunk of that map. Run it back also into play. Motzki, though, in no man's land, and he's desperate to find the kill. He has to be the one playing the aggression here, has to find the angle, and he will see Dispenser there to dodge away from the lockdown and stay on point. BREN Esports, they lose this round already. Archangel having the right place at the right time, doing it again and again and again there for Motzki with those inside. Josh is still watching himself so far. Shock Dart now going over the left side. Interesting throw there by Jesse Vash. And as AA now gets the intel, they do rotate accordingly.
They don't have big ultimates to be able to flush back the site anymore. Actually, they have no ultimates whatsoever. But it is going to be a very aggressive take here from BREN Esports. Going to try to charge right in. Dispenser does find Johan, which is a step in the right direction, but they still need to find more. He spots that nice little nook and cranny on the smoke of Josh S and denies him. Dubstep finds Ching on that rotation, and it seems like a 3 versus 5 has gone to the way of the BREN, but Carl is denying one more shot. Try to go for the electric boogaloo here, but the last, and this is what allowing Archangel to keep BREN on their toes, and this is what's allowing them to just be that threat to the BREN team. And now I think BREN noticing this, and them kind of understanding that kind of dynamic now, they're challenging BREN. They're challenging Archangel, and they're kind of adjusting to them, just kind of fighting, you know, at the points of entry. Now Josh S and teammate was coming into the back of the site, and Ching, okay, he comes in, but he delays enough that BREN
at the edge, and he will get the chain, but he got that picked off already, and suddenly the Empress will be angry. It's time for Motsky to show on up on A site again. BREN Esports now, they were very paranoid of any kind of lurks there from the Reyna, but this time Dispenser with the crossfire. That's gonna be one, that's gonna be two. Jesse Bash also with the kill, and Josh is now dropping on down, looking for the angle against Humi, but someone is watching, and his name is Dubstep.
Little flank plays is going to be coming out from your opponents, and it just allows you a little bit more freedom where you're trying to take a site a little bit more slowly. Little bit of pop shots will be done to the members of Archangel as Dubstep is holding again his spot here on A-Lom. It's up against the Ghosts, and that's going to be a very, very close shock dart there, almost taking him out. Dubstep, does he know that Ching is there to challenge? And is it going to be the Ching shot? It is.
Ching with a ding, and there you go with another one. Cash registers making some noise because Hala Hala get Ching those dollars as he wants to just make it rain and get some hits, some more. Can Archangel move forward past this rock that is Jesse Vash? He's just waiting by the ramp, challenging one. He might be a challenge to go for a 1v1 if ever. There we go, though, with the dark peak. Vash, though, forced back on away. Ching right now quite low. Mochi also in the same kind of case, and he has already died. Now Vash, though, gonna walk into those sidelines. Ching with 3 kills so far. Humping for the ace, but no, you don't really notice. That's exactly what happens there. So BREN is the one with the man advantage. Not the biggest deal, honestly, on Haven, because he can still come as 4. And Josh is now taking a bit of damage, but he does get rid of Dubstep instead. On the C side we go. Archangel picking up that rock, picking up that spike, but Jesse Vash, he needs only one clip to get to the frenzy again. Quite the powerhouse jump peak right now. At least check out who's there on the other side. And Archangel, they need to make an opening and fast.
You got a 2-man lineup with a frenzy. How is that going to work out for Jesse Bash here? But Motsky has come, has awoken, and you better bet your butts that he is about to take in the side here. But Jesse Bash, once again, is a rock. He is the Bash to dash. And contact on that Sova drone. Now, hearing the eye, he's still playing on the contact of the Sova. And as Jesse Vash sees people coming in, he's going to pop that flash. But as you can see, Archangel are holding their triggers because Dubstep is about to hit the one into the mid. Maybe he's not going to be able to get this. The refrag to come, not even going to be possible. As Archangel now with a man down, 45 seconds, looks for the A site.
BREN Esports, at the very least, with that advantage, allowing them to at least look more into the other sides of the map. But as you mentioned, A site is the way to go, and Motsky is the first one down. Ching also will fall Dispenser with the hold, but Johan catches out Morcom, catches out Dispenser, but Jesse Vash is still there to be the rock to remember. Archangel set up on site and then drop that Dome of Doom. Oh, that's a good start. It's a very good start.
Very, very good start. Calm breath before the storm, and Humi just plays it sublime. Nobody's going to be able to flush him out. Maybe, though, as Josh S. and Carl keep the dream alive for the second map. Dubstep will be playing Smoke Criminal inside his own Cloudburst. Peeks right out. Josh S. challenges. Not going to be able to get the kill. Johan trying to go for the one-taps, but it's not going to work out in the end. And Josh S. left the clutch to his own devices. Now Josh S. knows where the opponent is going to be playing at, and he is slowly going around it. Knows that he has to get a kill onto Vash very quickly here as he's hearing the footsteps. Knows that Dispenser maybe is on the corner, and Vash activates the recon dart. Not going to have the information, but they have a rough idea. The ping is there, and Josh S. will get spotted. Oh!
Spotted, tag, and bag. BREN Esports yet again keeping Haven their territory, and will tie up the series 1-1. Expectations have been met by BREN. And this
the A side, they do have there towards mid Jesse Vash, but the rest of them do towards B. Now Humi, he has historically been playing yellow here when it comes to B side, so that is a position they're going to have to check. He's going to get found though. Ching will find the opening pick, and that's going to give an entryway for Archangel to make their way here towards the B side. Dispenser, he's down 29 HP, and with the train rolling on in, Ching is going to find that frag.
Ching finally getting those takedowns, and here we go. at Archangel start, as they do want to get this default plant on B side to work. Toxic Train gonna be in a diagonal angle just to cut off BREN and their sidelines. A really good start here from AA so far, and this is what AA has been suffering against in the past few days. So they've learned their lesson. They've said, why don't we try to do that? Jesse Bash though with the angle eventually gets the headshot there onto Motzki, but despite that, BREN Esports has such a big disadvantage. The Ghost might be the card that they will need to get a few kills here and there, but Archangel already in prime position to hold down this spike.
It almost seems like they have given this round up, and exit frag is all they can go for. Both of them at very critical health here on the side of BREN Esports, and so that's going to be it. The pistol round does go in the way of Archangel. Now, nothing to fear if you're a BREN fan, because BREN haven't been winning much pistols either as of recent, but they've been able to bring it back still. Dubstep will go down with the spike. Archangel had to go towards A site.
Yeah, A site now not going to be available whatsoever. The spike going to be pretty much stuck here by the green container, and Humi dropping on down to get on away. Now, one thing BREN Esports has really changed up here, Black and Blue, is they're not only just playing single duelist, actually. They're playing double duelist. And when you make a comp swap like this in the middle of a tournament, you do have to adjust your playstyle, but Johan now adjusting his position, getting the backstab onto Dubstep, and really the snake in the grass just to be staying in the snow. But there we go with Humi, suicidal that he decides to just get through the barrier orb, catch out Josh S, but Carl is there to get the counter, and it's now 3v2.
That was totally worth. Now they still have the man advantage, and they delayed just a bit of time for the rotation to come in. But Johan's going to equalize things up here. Dispenser's going to go down, and you can see the Reyna is already quite low. He's going to go press the issue, but Borkum will get traded off. Johan is on his third. It's going to be a 1v1 situation right now. Who's going to pull it off, Johan or Jesse Vash? Now Jesse, he has been known to do some incredible damage and things here towards B-Long, but will he be able to replicate his success during the previous days? Yes, he will get that clutch, but does he have enough time to defuse it? Now, there's enough poison on it to delay enough time, so he does have enough time, I believe.
And BREN having that man advantage.
Great recon dart there to know that Humi has further pushed back in towards the side retreated as Dispenser finds a frag. That's a double opening pick now for the side of BREN Esports. Very good start for them to hopefully tie things up once again for their favor. Now, you can see that the offense here of Archangel are trying to spread out. One towards B, one towards A, one towards mid. So they're still not sure where they want to go, as Carl's able to find the frag on Humi. So that's a good pick from them, but they still have a ways to go if they want to
match. But in this case, it's all about trying to figure out where an opponent is. And Jesse Vash and Motzki make quick work of their opponents so far. Sova right now on the high ground. Carl repelling on in as well. And here comes Borkum with the flag. That's Carl going on down. Borkum. BREN will answer back. And the lockdown is coming to pressure Archangel. It's another 1-for-1. Dubstep and Justice, though, do get the takedowns, and AE has to retreat.
Well, Borkum is online, the Empress is up live, and Ching is able to remove him there. So good opening pick from Ching. Now that they have the spike planted and one player is detained on the side here of BREN Esports, they can now play off-site. Actually, they're not able to get the plant off. It was dropped, and so they still have to get that win condition in the pocket. BREN Dispenser and Humi are both watching very, very valiantly. Not going to let them cross. They do have a crossfire here. Now,
30 seconds
the question
left.
is, who's going to make first contact? Will it be AA trying to dash on in here, especially Ching with his tailwind, or will Dispenser try and make a play? I think the right play for Dispenser here is to just hold the corner. They do have a good crossfire on this, if ever. Humi, though, is trying to look for the flank. Nothing coming in that way. The good paranoia to try and delay them. Now, the Cloudburst alerts them to what's about to happen. Dispenser, will he find the frag? He's found the information, and Humi's able to find one with the Bulldog, and that is the second frag here for Humi, getting them for now. That's the only place that can really anchor up. That's the only cover that they've got right now on the side, because they don't have much control. Otherwise, a dubstep! A good anticipation through that toxic wall. He knew that the peak was supposed to come out as soon as the wall went up. Hurt their defense as the A side is about to come under attack once again, but Dubstep able to equalize things up. A good shot there on the reaction towards Motzki's aggression, and Borkum will find one on the Ching as well. That is one of the duelists already removed from the side of Archangel, and they don't have one left. Well, rather, they do get the res here. Josh S. He hasn't been performing well on the fragging side of things, but he's able to get the res up, and that has netted them a round in the past during this game. Will he be able to do so once again and swing the tide of the battle? Johan seems to put that into good effect. Dubstep will go down, and they're going to be now in a 4v3. 20 seconds left on the clock. The Viper Spit does come out, and you're going to be very, very damned to step in all of that.
That's going to be death and destruction here, as B side is the way to go for Team Archangel. BREN trying to figure out where to really go in the first place. There we have Borkum hopping atop that green box. And Josh is trying to get on the way, but he will die there and then. Motzki, though, in the meantime, dispensing now with the refrag there. And this is just Johan staying on the inside. Will he spot a target though? Alarm, but trying to get that intel. And Dispenser will eventually find Johan to get that kill. All eyes now on the Sova if ever. Jesse Vash. Seems like he knows that Carl is nearby rather than afar. With BREN here and there, Archangel. Time and time again for the past few games, actually. We've really seen them look to equalize, look to go for the comeback on the first half. It worked out on the Sense, but then on Haven, it was just all BREN Esports. Jesse Vash, though, lining it up, trying to make it rain some shock darts. Doesn't really connect on much. Archangel instead holding the line, but BREN still has that fan advantage. And the big thing is that Rain was the first to fall here for Archangel. Can't use the Empress this round. It is going to be Johan, though, trying to make an opening by the boiler. And Jesse Vash moving on away. This might be the Viper's time to strike again.
The Snake is definitely slithering its way here into a good position. Now, if Dispenser does not read this, this could be huge here for the side of Archangel and bring it back to a 4v4, thus cutting the man deficit in, well, by 1. As they move now towards the A side here, Dax, it almost seems like BREN are still kind of concerned of the B take, and so they have not pulled the rotation yet on towards A. It's all going to be in the hands here of Borkum and the Jet to try and hold on to this. That is Dubstep there with the operator. The shot rings out, but the Tracer does not land. Borkum will find the frag, though, and does dismiss his way away. He's going to get legged there quite a bit, actually. Dubstep will get the frag eventually on Josh S, but he will get traded off by Carl. Johan, a double kill for him there towards the mid-site, and Humi's going to bring it back. 1v2 situation. Now, Carl, it is all onto him. 15 seconds. He's going to get this plant off. He's going to be quite paranoid, too, and Humi knows exactly where he is. The Sova, it is going to be on him to get there. The lockdown from BREN Esports is off of the table. The only thing they've got right now is the Empress. Hunter's Fury does not land anything for the side of Archangel, and so they're going to kind of reset things, and the spike is still crawling its way here towards the A site, and I don't know if this is the right idea here, Dax. They still have time to rotate if they wanted to. They could perhaps leave BREN into their own devices, and Dubstep is going to find an opening pick on the Johan. That's going to seal the deal. There's no way. They have to commit to this, and Borkum will find the frag there on the Modski.
Yeah, Josh is still answering back. Here we go with the wall, but Dispenser is keeping watch and keeping that angle in check yet again. And as you mentioned, Archangel feeling pressure to force themselves onto A side after the angle they're being taken by Dubstep. Operator yet again making some noise. Will we see Ting and Carl? Can they actually get the dings and get the takedowns that they need to push though from Dispenser? We'll say no. Borkum is there also, and BREN Esports.
Things down. Pipes is currently held right now by the side of Archangel, and you're going to drone on in towards the A side. What can they find? The opposing Sova is what Jesse Vash finds. They're playing there towards the spawn, and so they know that there's at least one defender here and so towards the side as well, so they can take the gamble here for the side of BREN Esports. A minute left on the clock. That Paranoid does not land. Dubstep here on top of the default plant spot, and his Cloudburst is going to try and give him some concealment as they do get spiked down. Josh S, though, an opening pick here for AA.
AA does get that kill, but BREN has the spike down. Thing is, though, they can't do their usual antics on a map like this with that double duelist, so instead they will be hanging on back, but they still need to find a way to fight back against those sight lines. There we go now with the Poison Collect going to be in the way. Ching in the meantime going to go for the push. Humi trying to set up a crossfire alongside Borkum, but Borkum will fall, and now it will be Jesse Vash and Dispenser getting kills that they need. Nataswarm getting the zone. Here comes Humi looking to push, and with the Viper and the Sage now caught in the corner, it's BREN Esports trapping them there, and BREN Esports will respect what Archangel has done here. They try to play into the middle instead. Dispenser catching out Ching for now. And the thing is, BREN, they have to be very careful for this round. Dispenser and this Vandal is something needed to protect. And as Humi decides to go for that spike plant, Johan catching out Dispenser, Archangel finding the right targets at the right times. And this might be another one as the Sage will get the high ground, but Josh cannot hit the shot. He only has 10 HP, so he is a bit fearful for his life. But Humi now will end it. It's 1v2 time though for BREN Esports.
It is planted as well here for Orange side, so this is going to be very difficult for Humi. But he's able to find the opening pick here on the Johan, bringing to a 1v1. Carl has retrieved the Vandal. He is at half HP, and he does have some utility to work with. He can get information off of the Recon Dart. He does have Shock Darts as well to stop the plant, and it's going to be on the hands of Humi to really be able to stop this from progressing on. And he's going to get the clutch off. They do get the spike down for the added money too, as the peak is about to come in here. Able to back away. Ching will find a frag in the Jesse Vash. That's going to turn things around though. Not too much, but the pipe player, Humi's going to find the frag. Borkum is going to find the second most. He's going to get the trade off on him, and Dubstep will close this round off 11-4, and they are at the cusp of and Modski. Is he going to find this frag? No, Dubstep finds it, and Tailwinds right away to hopefully dissuade any trades to come in for the side of Archangel. Now, they do know that the site has to be, the attack has to come here towards the A site, right? Because the fact that you have your duelist come in, that's probably not a fake. Carl will find the frag, and the trade-off will come into him from Jesse Vashio opposing Sova. He does have lots of utility. Actually, no, that's his only utility left. He does have the Recon Dart and dispenses it. Jing is going to try and bait him in his position, but he does have the Blade Storm up as Josh S is able to find Humi to bring it now to a 3v3. As they go for the rotate towards the B side, will Johan be able to stop this plant? Is the question. Yes, he will. They're not going to expect it. They thought they committed towards an A side defense, and Dispenser has dropped the spike.
And now it's going to be man advantage here for Archangel and Duplicate, but as I say that, Ching will fall as he uses the Blade Storm, and Borkum now looking to pop up yet again. Lear going to be into play. Johan cannot see this one coming whatsoever, and BREN Esports now will be putting this spike down. Can Archangel make it? That will be the question. Empress now going to get popped to try and wrap up this round in a silver bow here for BREN. Archangel, they found ways to get some guns, and Motzki is there right beside them, but Jesse Vash still holds on. The stalwart defender still keeps it up, and now Jesse Vash is really just eagle-eyed here. He's got in 3, and it's BREN now on match point.
Very, especially with Archangel playing so good. But Dubstep is going to give him a kunai to the face. Motzki's going to get taken down. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Not going to find anything with that, but Carl will tie things up. Never mind, spoke too soon. Borkum's got something to say about that. Dispenser will chime in with one of his own to remove Cheng, his former teammate as well. It's going to be a 4v2 now as they made their way. Make that a last remaining member. Johan goes down. Josh S. He has not been too hot this entire map number 3. And well, now might just be the time to do so.
Cold as ice, like the bodies of Archangel and BREN Esports. They've made themselves a quick little home here. Question is though, what can Dispenser do? Josh is walling himself off. I believe he has a bit of the angle, but Borkum will get that final shot. And BREN Esports, systematic, automatic win here on a map like this. Icebox going in their favor in a very, I'd say, sure shot fashion. We see it time and time again that BREN found the adjustment early on, decided to say double.
Now, they've crawled their way here, Humi, into showers, and no information really found on that, but they do have some soft intel to play of the fact that there's a smoke here towards short. So that has to tell them that the Brimstone is probably playing around it. Johan is close to U-Haul, wherein they also have the Cypher there to support him. I believe that's Carl on the Cypher if they ever go for the push. It's going to be a 3-man defense on the A side, and things are about to kick underway.
Blaze Wall gonna be there, and Johan sticking on the side. He catches out Borkum, but Dubs is there to get kill, and Josh is now with a refrag there to give Archangel the advantage. Pain's just still bouncing all around. Humi now swinging on in to get that takedown. Aldrone immediately coming, and the utilities just pop out one by one here from BREN Esports. But while all this is happening, Dubstep deciding, okay, it's time for me to go for a TP play. Seems like Archangel, a moment of hesitation there, thinking that was the Omen trying to go for the fake instead. But here we go with Dubstep backing on away with the blast back. Jesse back on the high ground, and Humi now waiting by a site, trying to get the backstab, doesn't really see anything. Archangel might have a small advantage coming into the direct fight here on B.
That is true, but there's also Jesse Vash here towards Hookah, and so him looking down towards mid and seeing nothing at all makes them at least be sure that there's going to be a clear push here, as it's going to be coming from the spawn side. Dubstep has to know that there's 3 people about to come out from main. Jesse Vash, he does have information to work with. Carl is going to find Humi in return. That's going to bring it down to a 3v2 here in the favor of AA, and Jesse Vash has to bring this back. He's 14 HP. Cheng is going to get taken down. Well, will he get taken down is the question. Dubstep, he is going to go for the peek here. The defuse is going to get stuck, and he will get the frag. He's going to get the second, too. A 4K clutch to start things off, and BREN Esports are on a roll.
Their angles by the default so far. Can Mozi, though, get the angle? That's the question. Here we go with the Shock Dart being thrown, but Jesse Vash can't get the hit so far. Dubstep instead. Sneak peeky yet again. Carl now going to be going on down. And as BREN Esports now keeping this advantage alive, it's all about
and they're going to be pushing a very aggressive push here, actually, towards the towers area. Josh S will find the frag. He's going to get flashed, but Johan's going to be able to peek right in time to get that trade-off, and the double kill goes towards Johan. So that's what they've got here. 2 Phoenixes about to rise, and Mozi, he's going to go for the push here. Able to find an opening peek on the Borkum, the opposing Phoenix there. Him, instead of rising through it, was shut down. Great flash on the curveball. Great second flash as well to try and dissuade him from this push, and the hot hands to cap it all off. The Shock Dart does come his way, though, doing a bit of damage, but he's able to escape here towards Elbow, and he has a crossfire with Ching, who is already at very low HP.
The fire just gets in the way time and time again, and it really just goes to show here for Archangel. They can take a play out of the playbook of BREN, but Dispenser is playing with his opponents, making them just tools and fools. But Josh is there to still hold on around. Cypher Cage now getting that quick little intel, and Dispenser using the stand there to get the kill onto his counterpart. Now it's all eyes on the Brimstone here. What can Johan do? He's trying to make sure that if he does peek into this one, he still has a combat
Spike
sim if ever to
planted.
add up to that fire rate. But the spike is planted and onto the gardens. BREN will try to hold.
Now, the spy cam does spot the information out. They know where Johan is, but he does have the sky smokes up. He does have an incendiary as well, and the stim beacon, so lots of utility to work with here. He's going to try and stick to plan. Dispenser, he knows he's going to do this. He's going to walk into it, and Dispenser, a 4K to clutch this off, even after Modzki went for the double. In the end, could not get the clutch off. Now, Ching is playing here, and he's been anticipating the boom bot, thus looking at the floor, but Dubstep is going to get it one step ahead. Carl, he is going to try and hold on to the B side here as they're trying to go show some presence towards Hookah, but now BREN Esports have returned as Jesse Bash is able to remove Johan. A site is the next target to hit once again.
Yeah, Spencer go with Cyber Cage there, and Borkum now trying to get on away, but he's getting scanned out by that dart. And now Josh S, as soon as his cages dissipate, it will be him netting that kill. Dubstep though finds the refrag. 3v2 now in favor of BREN Esports. And back to the default we go. This time a lot safer for BREN because there is going to be no Silver Ultimate on the other side. Instead, Carl scouting on around, trying to find the target. And here we go with the Silva's adventures with the drones. It's been a magical mystical ride with the Owl, but unfortunately for him, he has to get off from this wild ride. And this is going to be Carl throwing down the dart there. Modzki though with the kill onto 2. The intel is just so strong here. Modzki really popping off so far. Blazewall though going to be at least getting in the way of the Spencer, but he's being extra sneaky, trying to get through the fire. Carl though is watching and waiting, and Archangel now playing the intel game a bit better. The retake game here on A has been the way to go for Archangel, but Borkum run it back, and as soon as that happens, Josh S is waiting to get the kill and get him yet again. Now it's gonna be a 3-for-2 trade. Archangel having the advantage so far. Showstopper though into play. Here comes Ching right now looking for the rockets, but it doesn't really get the connection that he would like. Instead, onto the lamps we go. Jesse Bash now gonna fall. Dubstep though waiting for someone to try and defuse, and as soon as he blows up Ching, Josh S is there to watch that one happen. They've been dangling the carrot that is a map win, a score here actually on A side over BREN Esports, but they've been really struggling right now on the attacking side to try and secure that final moment. Modzki now with a curveball, almost gets shot up there by Humi, but it's Modzki instead, running rapid again. You can really see the streaks are where Modzki is really thriving so far.
Information has not been given away, but they do know where each other are right now. Dubstep able to find the opposing raise there on Ching to bring it now to a 4v3 situation. Now the question is, are Archangel going to go for the plant denial, or will they try and go for the retake? They do have some control here, and they're going to be able to actually stick this plant here on Jesse Bash. Now the Owl Drone is going to find that information where he is exactly, but Dispenser and Dubstep are going to find the frag of her own. Dubstep, a triple kill now for him. It's all going to be in the hands of Modzki. He's been hot. He's going to need an ace clutch to pull this one off. And Dax, it might just seem doable.
Yeah, it has to be him finding the targets that they need, but BREN Esports, then their success on B side has been unmatched so far in this game. And as Modzki tried to mow down whoever's there by the hookah, it's going to be more intel here being given by the Silva. The Cypher though, Dispenser whiffing the shots. Eventually, Dispenser will remember himself.
Waiting here towards Hookah. They know that they have to be right close. They can probably breathe on each other. And Ching, he's going to get taken down here. Dubstep finding the opposing raise in that case. And Modzki's able to find Borkum, the opposing Phoenix too. So, seems like a mirror battle really winning out here. Modzki is going to win his fight versus Jesse Bash. And that is going to leave the position towards C-Long, where the spike is dropped very, very dangerously. Ooh.
Good shot there, and BREN Esports will do it again on BD.
Lights things all up. Shock Dart's going to ring true, but a frag coming here from Carl. That's a second kill now for him to find Borkum this time. Will he be able to find Jesse Bash? No, he won't, but Jesse Bash, a triple kill for him to close off this half, 7-5.
All eyes now on Archangels. All eyes now on Ching. Can he really step it up? Can he prove that moving to Archangel was the right decision? He's really impressed many. He's really showed off in his stat line and in his new role. And here we go with Borkum pushing forward. Carl in the meantime with the trade. And as Ching tried to hold the line, seems like Bullets gonna be running on out for both, but it's Dubstep. Cannot get a hit onto Ching.
A full 5-man push is about to come on in, and Borkum's going to be the entry man to really try and hold that off. He's taking lots of damage in return. The paint trust is going to come his way. The Blaze is going to cut off elbow there, and they're going to actually be able to take control of this. Like Borkum knows that he has to filter on out, and they're going to go for the retake instead. Archangel, they do have a chance to plant here. While lots of utility and paint trust is running through, but Jesse Vash a bit ill-advised there on the push, potentially trying to go for a bit of an off timing, but they are now in a 4v3, a 4v5 rather, going for the retake. It's not looking too well for BREN in this round.
That spike is planted, and Ching will put Dispenser to the ground. Dubstep right now trying to play the long-range Bucky, and a right click will connect all the way to the Cubby there to get rid of the raise.
Instead of where he's already currently pre-aiming. I'm not sure if they're going to check his angle, but he still wins that fight. Even though Carl was looking his way, he's able to get a double kill. Will he get the triple is the question. No, he won't, but he's done his job. 2 for 1, lots of information too, and BREN Esports are going to pull the entire rotation now towards the A site.
The flicks are just so on point there, and here we go with BREN holding the line again. Humi now with a kill onto Ching so far. The Omen now backing on away, but Modzki still gets the shot on. Critical damage done though to the Phoenix so far. He has to back on out and decides to TP alongside the Brimstone, but Borkum just right behind them, and the chase is on. BREN Esports now trying to get sandwich out of Archangel. Seems like the filling will be the Phoenix and the Brimstone so far. Back of sight now where the plant's gonna be with the spike, but Dubstep is ready to get a kill. He's now gonna be watching the hot hands burn down the Brimstone, and Borkum with the angle, with the burnination against that Brim. Meantime, throwing down the paint shells, and here comes Ching winning a duel against Dubstep, but Borkum trying to find a pickoff, and he does go for the run back just to get one for free. Rocket Fuse though gonna get lit. Ching now blowing up Jesse Bash there, and as Borkum trying to hold off the opposition in a last stand situation, it's still Carl going on down. Can Borkum get any more kills? No, Josh S gets in his face and does get the ding and the takedown there, as Ching right now trying to throw the paint shells, but Dispenser and Humi are watching it out. Bullets are not connecting anymore. Modzki now with only 2 HP and one little tap, one little tickle. This Phoenix is going to be dying so very easily. Neurotef now will be into play, and information given here to BREN Esports.
Do not make light of what Borkum did there. He did so much to actually delay enough time for Humi and for the Cypher to get back on site here. So we're going to have to try and do this. Lots of information. He's getting constantly pinged here. It's going to be so annoying to deal with. They know exactly where he is. Quite literally legal wall hacks. And so Humi and the Cyber Cages as well for concealment. The plant will get off here.
And Josh S now putting that spike down, and here comes Archangel trying to fight back. But Borkum and Humi just having their angles, having the headshots. But here comes the head of the Cypher throwing down that hat. And that intel can be helpful. But as we see the scan come, Borkum will get a break. And Ching will be turning on and around. Meets the Phoenix. There does get the ding though. And Ching with the ding. He needs to get more. And he really needs to just withdraw every little bit of strength that he has from the bank of Archangel. Can they figure something out though in a 3v3 slate? You know, the history between these two teams. Perfect picture of the scene. And now it's Archangel trying to get washed right here, right now, trying to clean themselves of their losses. And this might be the best time to go for the push, as the camera going to be able to get spot onto Humi, but it really will be him holding on to get rid of Ching. The replacement will remove See the one who has left behind the team, and that Dubstep is there to wash that one out. It's BREN Esports now on match point. Actually go for the comeback. BREN Esports in the meantime, they've been the favorite for quite a while. Running backs will be dueling, and it seems like the second life here will not be enough for Modzki. Borkum though still pushing forward, and Jesse Bash is right behind him. Chaos now making a wish by the fountain. Carl though in the meantime whipping out the Hunter's Fury, and Archangel trying to find a few tags and bags. It is AA though with the man advantage. They're securing a site.
They keep on moving because Archangel are not going home just yet. They're going to get this plant off successfully, and the only thing that Spencer has to really be able to work with here is a Cyber Cage and his operator. Now, he cannot land the shot. Josh S on the opposing Cypher gains it. Still, Archangel.
This does lead to BREN Esports now unleashing Hunter's Fury, trying to get a few pokes in the first place, and Ching gonna get zapped on down. It really feels like it's just gonna be electrifying here for BREN Esports. Borkum also with a push, and this puts Archangel in such a detrimental spot here, black and blue, as it's 5 versus 3.
5 versus 3, and it's not looking well at all here for Archangel. That recon ball does find its mark, and the Owl drone as well does give them information. They're going to still try their luck here towards the A site, it seems. They've committed a bit too much utility here, and Archangel are dry for what they can really work with. Oh, look at this flank actually coming in here from Dubstep. He is going to be able to catch off the Brimstone if he's not careful in pieing that corner there towards mid, wherein Borkum is also on the ready to help with a peek, and so it's not looking well at all for Archangel. They still have the spike here towards A short, but they really don't have much of a choice right now because they've committed so much utility. Jesse Vash is going to find Modzki. Dubstep is probably going to find Johan, and he does. It's all going to be the hands of Carl. What can he do? Is the ticket punch? That is the question. He's going to go for the peek, then that's going going to be it. BREN Esports are going to be the champions here of week number 2 of the VCT Philippines Stage 1. They're going to be representing the Philippines in the 2021 Valorant Masters.
The Masters have proven their expertise, and the top of the food chain is still BREN Esports. Poses all abound. You got the time, you got the looks, and you got the slice and dice action here from BREN Esports. Celebration all abound. ARKANGEL putting up an amazing fight there within the series, especially stealing map number 1 away from BREN.